A young woman stood in a dark supply closet holding a wet paper towel to her bleeding lip, trying not to cry out loud. She'd just been attacked in a parking garage. 4 men, fists, kicks, words that cut deeper than the bruises forming on her skin. But she couldn't go to the hospital, couldn't call the police, couldn't tell anyone, because the man who'd hurt her was rich, powerful, connected, and she was nobody. Just a girl trying to save enough money for her dying sister's medical bills. So she hid in a closet, planning to clean herself up and go back to work like nothing happened. Then the closet door opened, and the most dangerous man in Boston stood there staring at her face. "Who did this to you?" His voice was quiet, deadly. She didn't answer. She was too scared. So he asked again, slower this time. Each word sharp as a knife. "Who did this to you?" By morning, 9 people would be missing. 9 people who'd made the worst mistake of their lives. They'd hurt someone he cared about. Before we go back to that terrible night, let us know where you're watching from. And if you believe some people deserve what's coming to them, hit subscribe. 26-year-old Olivia Reed was exhausted. She stood in the massive ballroom of the Blackwell Hotel in Boston, checking her clipboard for the 100th time. Flowers, arranged perfectly. Lighting, set to specifications. Catering, on schedule. Guest list, confirmed. Everything had to be perfect. Because tonight's event wasn't just any event. It was for the Castellano family. The Castellanos owned half of Boston. Hotels, restaurants, construction companies, real estate, and everyone whispered about what they really owned, what they really controlled. Olivia didn't care about rumors. She cared about doing her job. She was an event coordinator. She'd worked her way up from serving drinks at parties to planning entire events for Boston's elite. It was good money, money she desperately needed, because her younger sister, Hannah, was sick. Very sick. Leukemia. Stage 3. The treatments were expensive. Insurance only covered some of it. Olivia worked 60 hours a week to pay for what insurance wouldn't cover. Every dollar went to Hannah's medical bills. No vacations, no fun, no life outside of work and hospital visits. But Hannah was getting better. The treatments were working. The doctors were hopeful. Olivia just needed to keep working, keep earning, keep pushing forward. Tonight's event was huge. If it went well, she might get promoted. More money, more opportunities. So everything had to be perfect. "Miss Reed?" Olivia turned. A tall man in a security uniform stood behind her. "Yes?" "Mr. Castellano wants to see you, in the side office." Olivia's heart jumped. Adrien Castellano? The oldest son. The one everyone was terrified of. "Is something wrong?" she asked nervously. "No idea. He just asked for you." Olivia followed the security guard through the ballroom to a small office off to the side. Adrien Castellano sat behind a desk looking at papers. He was maybe 35 years old. Dark hair, strong features, expensive suit, and eyes that saw everything. "Ms. Reed," he said without looking up, "the event looks good." "Thank you, Mr. Castellano. You've been working for the hotel for 3 years now." "Yes, sir. And every event you've coordinated has been perfect. No mistakes. No problems." Olivia wasn't sure if this was praise or a test. "I take my job very seriously." "I know. That's why I requested you for tonight." He finally looked up. His eyes were intense. "This event is important. Investors, business partners, people who matter. I need everything to run smoothly." "It will, I promise." "Good." He handed her a card. "If anything goes wrong tonight, anything at all, you call me directly. Not your manager, not hotel security. Me." Olivia took the card. It had just a phone number. No name. "Understood?" "Yes, Mr. Castellano." "You can go." Olivia left quickly, her heart still racing. Adrien Castellano had a reputation. Cold, ruthless. People who crossed him disappeared, but he'd never been anything but professional with Olivia. Demanding, yes, but fair. She pushed thoughts of him aside and focused on the event. By 7 p.m., guests started arriving. Rich people in expensive clothes, jewelry that cost more than Olivia's yearly salary, confidence that came from never worrying about money. Olivia moved through the event like a ghost, making sure everything flowed, fixing problems before anyone noticed. At 9 p.m., she finally took a break, stepped outside for fresh air. That's when she saw him, Bryce Morrison. He was the son of a senator, 28 years old, handsome in that entitled, rich boy way. He'd been hitting on Olivia for months at various events. She'd always politely declined. "Olivia!" Bryce called, walking toward her with a drink in his hand. 3 of his friends followed behind him, also drunk. "Mr. Morrison," Olivia said professionally, "the event is inside if you're looking for—" "I'm not looking for the event. I'm looking for you." Bryce smiled, but it wasn't friendly. "You've been avoiding me. I've been working." "Right, working. Always working. Never any fun." He stepped closer. Too close. Olivia could smell alcohol on his breath. "Come have a drink with us." "I can't. I'm on duty." "1 drink won't hurt." "I really can't." Bryce grabbed her wrist hard. "I'm not asking." Olivia tried to pull away. "Let go of me." "Don't be rude, Olivia. I'm trying to be nice to you." "I said let go." Olivia yanked her arm free. Bryce's face changed. The fake friendliness disappeared. "You think you're too good for me? A party planner? You're nobody." "I need to get back to work." Olivia turned to leave. Bryce grabbed her again, this time by her hair. "We're not done talking." "Let her go!" Olivia tried to scream, but one of Bryce's friends covered her mouth. "Shut up," the friend hissed. "Nobody wants to hear you scream." They dragged her toward the parking garage, away from the light, away from people. Olivia fought, kicked, tried to bite. But there were 4 of them and 1 of her. In the parking garage, they threw her against a concrete wall. "You embarrassed me," Bryce said, his face twisted with rage. "In front of my friends. Nobody embarrasses me." "Please," Olivia begged. "I didn't mean—" Bryce hit her, hard, across the face. Olivia fell to the ground, tasting blood. "That's for being a bitch," Bryce said. Then his friends joined in, kicks to her ribs, her back, her legs. Olivia curled into a ball, trying to protect herself. She heard laughter, cruel laughter. "Not so high and mighty now, are you?" one of them said. Finally, it stopped. Olivia lay on the cold concrete, pain everywhere. "Let's go," Bryce said. "She's learned her lesson." They walked away, laughing and joking like nothing happened. Olivia lay there for several minutes, crying quietly. Then she forced herself to stand. Pain shot through her ribs. Her lip was bleeding. Her eye was swelling shut. She couldn't go to a hospital. She couldn't call the police. Bryce's father was a senator. He had connections, lawyers, money. If Olivia accused him, she'd lose her job, get blacklisted, never work in Boston again. And Hannah needed those medical bills paid. So Olivia did the only thing she could do. She stumbled to the service elevator, took it up to the 2nd floor where there were supply closets. She found one that was empty, locked the door behind her. Using wet paper towels, she tried to clean the blood off her face, tried to make herself look presentable. She had to get back to work, had to finish the event, had to pretend nothing happened. She was staring at herself in a small mirror, trying to stop crying when she heard the door handle turn. She'd locked it, but the lock clicked open anyway. The door swung open. Adrien Castellano stood there, his face going from neutral to pure rage in 1 second. "Who did this to you?" Olivia froze. She couldn't speak, couldn't think. Adrien stepped into the small closet and closed the door behind him. The space was tiny. He was so close she could see the fury in his eyes. "Who did this to you?" he asked again, his voice deadly calm. I fell," Olivia whispered. "Don't lie to me. You didn't fall. Someone hurt you." He reached out slowly and gently tilted her face toward the light. "You have defensive bruises on your arms, knuckle marks on your face. This wasn't an accident." Tears started falling. Olivia couldn't stop them. It doesn't matter, she said. I just need to clean up and get back to work. It doesn't matter? Adrien's voice was icy. Someone beat you and you think it doesn't matter? I can't report it. The man who did this, his father is Senator Morrison. I have no proof, no witnesses. It'll be my word against his. I'll lose my job. I'll lose everything. Senator Morrison's son did this? Olivia realized her mistake. She'd said too much. Please, she begged. Please don't say anything. I need this job. My sister is sick. I can't lose this income. Adrien was quiet for a long moment. Then he pulled off his suit jacket and wrapped it around Olivia's shoulders. You're coming with me. I can't. The event is fine. Marco, Adrien called out. A man appeared in the doorway. Tall, built like a brick wall. One of Adrien's security team. Get Dr. Santos. Bring him to my private office, now. Yes, boss. Adrien helped Olivia stand. She winced with every step. Her ribs screamed in pain. I think my ribs might be broken, she whispered. Dr. Santos will check. He's discreet. They took a service elevator to the top floor. Adrien's private office was huge, expensive furniture, floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city. He helped Olivia sit on a leather couch. Then he poured her a glass of water. Drink, he ordered gently. Olivia's hands shook as she took the glass. Adrien knelt in front of her so they were eye level. I need you to tell me exactly what happened, every detail. Why? Because I'm going to make sure it never happens again. Something in his tone made Olivia believe him. So she told him everything. The months of Bryce bothering her. Tonight's attack. The 4 men. The parking garage. The beating. As she talked, Adrien's face got colder and colder. Not angry cold, dangerous cold. When she finished, Adrien stood up and pulled out his phone. Marco, find Bryce Morrison and his 3 friends. I want names, addresses, everything. He hung up and looked at Olivia. How's your sister? Hannah, right? Olivia was shocked he remembered. She's doing better. The treatments are working. Good. Dr. Santos will be here in 5 minutes. He's going to check you over. Then you're going home, not back to work. Home, with security. Mr. Castellano said, Adrien, call me Adrien. Adrien, I can't just leave. The event will be fine. I have people. Your health is more important than a party. He sat in the chair across from her. And Olivia, those men who hurt you, they're never going to hurt anyone again. What are you going to do? What I should have done the first time Bryce Morrison bothered you. I'm going to remind people why they're afraid of me. A knock on the door. Dr. Santos came in with a medical bag. He was professional and kind. He checked Olivia's ribs. 2 were cracked, not broken. He cleaned her cuts, put ice on her bruises, gave her pain medication. Rest, Dr. Santos said. No work for at least 3 days. And if the pain gets worse, call me immediately. After the doctor left, Adrien made a phone call. Cancel everything for the next 24 hours. I don't care what it is. Cancel it and get the car ready. We're taking Ms. Reed home. You don't have to... Olivia started. Yes, I do. Adrien's eyes were firm. You were hurt while working at my family's event. That makes you my responsibility. It's not your fault. Maybe not. But it's my problem to fix. A black car pulled up to the private entrance. Adrien helped Olivia inside. The drive to her apartment took 20 minutes. When they arrived, Adrien walked her to her door. Lock this. Don't open it for anyone except people you trust completely. Marco will be outside all night. If you need anything at all, call me. He handed her his personal card again. My cell number. It's always on. Thank you, Olivia whispered. For everything. Adrien looked at her for a long moment. Something shifted in his face. No one should have hurt you. And I promise you, Olivia, they're going to regret it. That night, Olivia couldn't sleep. She lay in bed, her ribs aching, her face throbbing, thinking about what happened. And thinking about Adrien. The way he'd looked at her. Not with pity, with fury, with protectiveness. Around 2 a.m., her phone buzzed. A news alert. Breaking. Senator Morrison's son reported missing along with 3 friends. Boston police investigating. Olivia's heart stopped. Another buzz. A text from an unknown number. They're alive for now, but they'll never bother you again. Get some sleep. Adrien. He'd done something big. Olivia should have been scared, should have been horrified. Instead, for the first time in hours, she felt safe. Olivia woke up to sunlight streaming through her window and her phone ringing. It was her boss from the hotel. Olivia, thank God you answered. Are you okay? I'm fine. Why? Mr. Castellano said you had a family emergency last night, that you had to leave. I wanted to check on you. Oh, yes. Family emergency. Everything's okay now. Good. Take the rest of the week off. Paid. Mr. Castellano insisted. He did? Yes. He also said your position is secure and you're getting a promotion. Event director. Starts when you come back. Congratulations. Olivia was stunned. Thank you. After hanging up, she turned on the news. Every channel was covering the same story. 9 men missing in Boston. Police say there are no leads. 9? Olivia counted in her head. Bryce and his 3 friends. That was 4. Who were the other 5? Her phone buzzed. Another text from the unknown number. Can I come see you? We need to talk. Olivia texted back, yes. 20 minutes later, there was a knock on her door. She looked through the peephole. Adrien stood there, dressed casually in jeans and a button-up shirt. He looked different, less intimidating, more human. Olivia opened the door. How are you feeling? Adrien asked immediately. Sore, but okay, come in. Adrien stepped inside her small apartment. It was a studio. Tiny. Barely any furniture. All her money went to Hannah's bills. He looked around but didn't comment on the size. I saw the news, Olivia said carefully. 9 men missing. Yes. Bryce and his friends? Yes. And the other 5? Adrien's face went hard. Security footage showed 5 other men watching while you were attacked. They didn't help. They didn't stop it. They laughed. They're just as guilty. Olivia sat down slowly on her couch. What did you do to them? Do you really want to know? Yes. Adrien sat across from her. They're alive. In a warehouse across the city. Tied up. Being educated on what happens to men who hurt women. Educated? They'll never walk right again. They'll never forget what they did. And they'll never tell anyone what happened to them because if they do, I'll finish the job. Olivia should have been horrified. Should have told him to let them go. Should have called the police. But she didn't. What about Bryce's father, the senator? He's been calling everyone, demanding investigations, making threats. Adrien smiled coldly. But he has no idea where his son is, and he never will unless he backs off. You're blackmailing a senator. I'm protecting you. There's a difference. They sat in silence for a moment. Why? Olivia finally asked. Why are you doing all this? I'm just an event coordinator. You're not just anything. Adrien leaned forward. I've watched you for 3 years, Olivia. You work harder than anyone I know. You're kind to people who don't deserve it. You take care of your sister without complaint. You never ask for help even when you need it. He paused. You're remarkable. Olivia felt her face heat up. You've been watching me? Not in a creepy way. I noticed people who work for me. And I noticed you. I've wanted to talk to you for months, but I didn't know how without seeming inappropriate. And beating up 9 men isn't inappropriate? Adrien almost smiled. In my world, it's Tuesday. Despite everything, Olivia laughed, then winced because laughing hurt her ribs. There's something else, Adrien said. Your sister Hannah's medical bills, I looked into them. You did what? 6 figures in debt. Insurance only covering 40%. You're drowning in payments. That's private. It's taken care of. Olivia froze. What do you mean? The bills are paid. All of them. Anonymously donated to the hospital. Hannah's treatments are fully funded for the next year. Tears filled Olivia's eyes. You paid my sister's medical bills? Consider it back pay for 3 years of perfect work. That's not... I can't accept... Too late. It's done. Adrien stood up. Olivia, I know this is overwhelming. I know I'm overwhelming, but I need you to understand something. When I saw you in that closet, hurt and scared, something in me snapped. I've done terrible things in my life. I'm not a good man. But I'm good to the people I care about, and I care about you. You barely know me. I know enough. I know you're stronger than you think. I know you deserve better than hiding in closets. I know I want to protect you. He stepped closer. If you'll let me. Olivia looked up at him. This dangerous man. This criminal. This person who'd made 9 people disappear to protect her. She should have been terrified. Instead, she felt safer than she'd felt in years. Okay, she whispered. Okay? Protect me. I'll let you protect me. Adrien's face softened in a way Olivia had never seen. Thank you. Over the next few weeks, things changed. Adrien visited Olivia every day, brought her food, made sure she was healing, talked to her for hours about everything and nothing. He told her about his family's business, the legal parts and the less legal parts. He didn't hide who he was, what he did. I want you to know exactly who I am, he said, so you can decide if this is something you want. This? Olivia asked. Me. Us. Whatever this is becoming. Olivia thought about it, really thought about it. Adrien was dangerous. His world was violent, complicated, scary, but he was also kind to her, protective, honest. He'd paid for Hannah's treatment without asking for anything in return. And when she was with him, she felt safe, cherished, seen. I want this, she said finally. Whatever this is, I want it. Adrien kissed her for the first time that night. Gentle, careful of her still healing bruises. It felt like coming home. 3 months later, everything had changed. Hannah was in complete remission. The treatments had worked. She was healthy, happy, alive. Olivia had moved out of her tiny studio into a beautiful apartment Adrien had insisted on providing. You deserve space, he'd said. And safety. They were together now, really together. Dating, falling in love. Adrien's family had been interesting about it. His mother loved Olivia immediately. His father was suspicious. His younger brother was protective. But Adrien didn't care what anyone thought. You're mine, he'd told Olivia one night. And I'm yours. That's all that matters. One evening, Adrien took Olivia to a fancy restaurant. Private room, candles, beautiful view of the city. What's all this? Olivia asked. I have a question to ask you. Adrien got down on one knee. Olivia's heart stopped. Olivia Reed, I'm not a good man, but I'm a good man when I'm with you. You make me want to be better, kinder, more human. He pulled out a ring, a simple, elegant diamond. Will you marry me? Yes, Olivia said without hesitation. Yes, yes, yes. They got married 2 weeks later. Small ceremony, just family and close friends. Adrien's estate, beautiful gardens, perfect weather. Hannah was Olivia's maid of honor. She looked healthy and radiant. I'm so happy for you, Hannah whispered before the ceremony. Adrien saved your life. And mine. I know, Olivia said. I'm the luckiest person alive. The ceremony was beautiful. Simple vows, happy tears, a kiss that felt like a promise. At the reception, everyone was celebrating. Music, dancing, joy. Olivia was dancing with Adrien when she noticed a commotion at the entrance. A man was arguing with security. Older, expensive suit, red face, Senator Morrison, Bryce's father. Adrien noticed too. His body went tense. Stay here, he told Olivia. Adrien, trust me. Adrien walked toward the senator. His security team followed. Senator Morrison saw him coming. Castellano, we need to talk about my son. This is a private event, Adrien said calmly. You weren't invited. I don't care. My son has been missing for 3 months. I know you had something to do with it. I have no idea what you're talking about. Don't lie to me. I've asked around. People are scared to talk, but I know. You took him. You took those boys. If your son is missing, you should talk to the police, not crash my wedding. Where is he? Senator Morrison grabbed Adrien's jacket. Tell me where my son is! Adrien didn't move, didn't react, just stared at the senator with cold, dead eyes. Your son, Adrien said quietly, attacked my wife. He beat her in a parking garage, left her bleeding and terrified. So yes, I took him, and his friends, and everyone who watched and did nothing. You admit it. I'm not admitting anything, but hypothetically, if someone hurt my wife, I would make sure they never hurt anyone again. I would make sure they disappeared completely, and I would make sure anyone who came looking for them understood the consequences. Are you threatening me? I'm telling you facts. Now get out of my wedding before you join your son. Senator Morrison looked around. Security surrounded him. Guests were watching. He had no power here. This isn't over, he hissed. Yes, Adrien said, it is. Because if you come after me, I'll release the video footage of your son beating my wife. I'll release his friends' confessions. I'll release everything. And your political career will be destroyed. So you can either walk away and live with not knowing, or you can push and lose everything. Senator Morrison's face went white. He turned and left without another word. Adrien walked back to Olivia and took her hand. Are you okay? Are you okay? She asked. Adrien smiled. A real smile. I'm perfect, because I'm married to you. They danced the rest of the night, happy, safe together. 6 months after the wedding, Olivia and Adrien sat in their home office together. It was late, quiet, just the two of them. Can I ask you something? Olivia said. Anything. Those 9 men, where are they really? Adrien was quiet for a long moment. Do you really want to know? Yes. They're in a private facility, overseas, medical care, food, but no freedom. They'll never leave. They'll never see their families again. They'll live out their lives knowing they're alive only because I'm allowing it. That's extreme. Maybe, but they don't deserve freedom. They don't deserve mercy. What they do deserve is to think about what they did every single day for the rest of their lives. Olivia thought about that, about justice, about revenge, about what was right and wrong. I should feel bad about that, she said finally. But I don't. Why not? Because they would have killed me, maybe not that night. But someday Bryce would have done something worse, to me or to someone else. You stop that. I stopped them, but I did it for selfish reasons. What do you mean? Adrien turned to face her. I told you I'd been watching you for 3 years, that I admired your work, your strength. That was all true, but there was more. What more? I was falling in love with you, had been for months, maybe years. Every time I saw you at an event, working so hard, being so kind to everyone, I wanted to talk to you. But I didn't know how. I'm a criminal, Olivia. I'm dangerous. I thought if you knew who I really was, you'd run. I didn't run. No, you didn't. Even after seeing what I'm capable of. Even after knowing what I did to those men. You stayed. Why? Olivia thought about it carefully. Because you're only dangerous to people who deserve it. You're violent to people who hurt the innocent. You're ruthless to people who are cruel. But you're gentle with me, with Hannah, with the people you love. That's who you really are. How can you be so sure? Because I've seen both sides of you. The man who made 9 people disappear, and the man who paid for my sister's medical bills without asking for anything in return. The man who threatened a senator. And the man who brings me coffee every morning exactly how I like it. She took his hand. You're not a good man by society's standards, but you're good to me. And that's enough. Adrien pulled her close. I don't deserve you. Maybe not, but you have me anyway. They sat in comfortable silence. "What about the senator?" Olivia asked. "Will he cause problems?" "No, his son's political career is over. Mine damaged his reputation enough. He's quietly retired to avoid scandal." "And Bryce?" "Still in the facility. Will be for the rest of his life. He asks about you sometimes. Wants to apologize." "I don't need his apology." "I know, that's what I told him." Olivia leaned her head on Adrien's shoulder. "I never thought my life would turn out like this." "Like what?" "Happy, safe, loved." She looked up at him. "That night in the parking garage, I thought my life was over. I thought I'd lost everything. But I gained something better. I gained you." "I gained you too," Adrien said. "You made me want to be better. Not perfect, I'll never be perfect, but better. You are better, every day." They went to bed that night, wrapped in each other's arms, safe, protected, loved. 2 years later, Olivia stood in their home, looking out at the city. She was happy, really happy. Hannah was still healthy, thriving. She'd started college, was studying to be a nurse. Olivia still worked with events, but now as an independent consultant. She chose her clients, set her own hours, lived life on her terms. And Adrien? He'd slowly been moving the family business toward more legitimate operations, less violence, more legal enterprises. "Because you make me want a future," he told her, "not just survival." That evening, Adrien came home with flowers. "What's the occasion?" Olivia asked. "No occasion. Just wanted to see you smile." They had dinner together, talked about their day, laughed about silly things. Later, as they sat on the couch watching TV, Olivia felt a wave of gratitude. She thought about that night 2 years ago, the parking garage, the pain, the fear. And then she thought about everything that came after. Adrien finding her, protecting her, loving her. It wasn't a normal love story. It wasn't safe or conventional, but it was theirs. "What are you thinking about?" Adrien asked. "About how you saved me." "You saved yourself. I just made sure the people who hurt you paid for it. Still, you changed my life." Adrien kissed her forehead. "You changed mine too." And in that moment, surrounded by safety and love and the man who'd made 9 people disappear to protect her, Olivia knew she was exactly where she belonged. Sometimes protection doesn't look like a knight in shining armor. Sometimes it looks like a dangerous man asking one quiet question: "Who did this to you?" And sometimes that's exactly what you need. This story is about justice. Not legal justice, but personal justice. About a woman who was hurt and a man who refused to let it stand, read it with intensity during the violent parts, but with warmth during the romance. The contrast is important. Adrien is both monster and protector, and that duality is what makes this story work. This is for everyone who's ever wished someone powerful would stand up for them when they couldn't stand up for themselves. Sometimes that wish comes true.